What's up guys, it's your camera boy Jonah. Today I'm super excited to... Alright, now that we have taken care of this, we can continue the video. So, as I was saying, today I'm super excited to give you another one of my presets. I couldn't wait for a week, so I'm gonna give it to you today, and it's gonna be a black and white one. For the people who don't know yet, make sure to subscribe, because I'll be giving free presets every week, maybe even every day. Click the subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on that. Also, if you have suggestions of styles of presets that you guys would want me to make, or you have examples of photographers, which style of editing you really like, drop it in the comment below and I'll see what I can do for you guys to recreate the style so you can have pictures looking like your favorite Instagrammers. So let's jump into my room and let's start this preset. It's gonna be a black and white one, and as always I'm gonna explain how I created it, because that's the way you guys will learn how to create presets yourself one day. I'm gonna show this preset on different pictures. That way I can show you guys how you can adjust each preset for each picture that you take, because each scenario is different, so there's always room for a little bit of tweaking that's necessary. Here we go! Time for the preset. So this is the picture where I originally made the preset for. I really liked the kind of like Parisian old school vibe, like with the cap and the French words written on the stairs here. So let me show you the preset. And I think it looks pretty awesome, like a really old vibe. And let's jump into how I made it. So as you can see, I bumped the contrast quite high. Here's like a little tip, a lot of people don't realize this, but you can still adjust the picture, like the temperature and the tint, although it's black and white. So as you can see here, it changes the picture. For the rest I didn't do that much. As you can see, it's like minus 20, minus 15, plus 10. So it's not like major adjustments made here. Although I bumped the clarity to plus 20 to give it like this pop. But where it kind of becomes interesting is the tone curve. As you can see here, this is the difference. Like, you know, this is like, yeah, black and white, kind of grayish, a little bit of a green tint. But with the tone curve, what I did is I kind of added in a color. And I would say it's kind of a brownish color. That's why it has this old vibe for me. And I'll show you, like, for example, here we're in the red curve, and here we have the shadows, here we have the highlights. So if I pull this up, you see that a red color will appear in the highlights. Or let's say if red disappears in the shadows, red appears in the shadows. So this way you can really kind of create your own character to your black and white. It's still a black and white picture, but it has this kind of tint of color, like an old picture that was like sitting in a room for 100 years, and it was black and white, but it started to get like this fade. That's why I think this preset is really cool. So I'll show you again, like the difference. This was the original one, let's say, and this is with the tone curve. So yeah, that's really cool. Also, yeah, there is things, adjustments here, you can play around with it. I didn't do much with it. In the split toning, I again added a little of this brownish orange color. As you can see here, I took like a kind of an orange color, but it's very, very subtle. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but for me it's just the perfect amount of extra orange to the picture. Detail, sharpening is at 50, but for the rest nothing much interesting. Then at effects, I have a vignette, minus 25, as you can see. It's quite a strong vignette. Normally not that much of a fan of vignettes, but for black and white it's kind of cool. Also, I bumped the grain up to 100. That's of course something that creates this old vibe. I wouldn't suggest this doing like the 100, but I know that I will be using this picture for social media, so it will be very small and you will only kind of get this feel and see the grain when I add it to 100. If you want to print this picture on like a bigger size, I would suggest choosing like 50, 60, 70, depends on what you want to do with it. Yeah, same thing, camera calibration, still something that you can do, although the picture is black and white. As you can see, here's the difference, quite subtle, although a lot of change, but not gonna talk about it. The main things that made this picture cool for me is the tone curve, as I said, adding in the hint of color that you want in the picture, and the split toning where it's the same, and then the effects, the vignette and the grain. Alright, so I just selected a random picture where I will apply the preset to. To be honest, black and white, it's something that you have to decide for yourself if you think it's cool on a picture or not, because in this picture I actually really like the color of the leaves, like the green, the skin tone of the girl and her jeans vest. But yeah, let's just for the sake of the tutorial apply the preset. Okay, so kind of okay, but as you can see it's really dark, especially like these areas here where the girl, I want her to pop more. So I'll do that by bringing up the shadows to like a point where I'm happy, something like this. Then I'll drop the highlights a little bit, because they were like a bit too harsh for me, and I'll up the general exposure. Alright, let's say this is kind of decent. Now in this picture I really don't like the grain, like the 100 grain, so I go to effects and I choose like 46, looks better in this picture I guess. So yeah, this is decent. Let's find another picture and apply it to another random picture I shot. Where is the preset? Here it is. Alright, so the difference is just too much between like the black parts and the white parts for me. So I'll jump into, well, let's check out the original picture. As you can see, it's kind of blown out, like not completely, but so let's drop the highlights. Already looks way better. Still think she's a bit too dark, so I'll up the shadows somewhere around here. And again, for this picture I don't like the 100 grain, and I don't like it for this reason, this part of the picture. Here I think it's kind of cool actually on the rails, but because there was not a lot of information and detail in the sky, this really becomes like a grainy mess. So I'll again jump into effects, and again around 50 is a nice balance. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope, and this preset, of course. You'll find the download link below. I'll be making a lot more. As you can see here, I already have a lot, and it kind of forces me to start making more presets, because to be honest, I became a little bit lazy. I made a lot of cool presets myself, so when I edit pictures now, I often just look for the one that looks the best and go from there. While it's kind of cool to create new ones from time to time, you know, styles change, you maybe get new like ideas, or so yeah, it's always good to stay creative. So I hope you guys enjoyed this preset. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next ones I'll be bringing out. Click the like button and drop a comment below which style you would like me to make. See you in the next one.